Okay, we're now at stage 2, about 6 hours later.
Yeah. Now we need to do the yeast. So we get some hot water from the tap, kind of hot enough that you cannot hold your finger too long in it. And put in about this much. Probably
Which is
half
about
a cup.
2 deciliters approximately.
Maybe. A little bit of sugar, a half a tablespoon of sugar.
Boy, oh boy, I don't make it this way at all.
Okay, you don't make it at all.
Not this recipe.
Mix it.
A pinch of sugar is all you need.
No. Okay.
And this is dry yeast.
Dry yeast. You do first 1 tablespoon and then a half. Okay, and then you mix it around. And then cover it with this saran wrap that has been on top.
Take the spoon out, please.
No, I
You're
can't
not-
do that. This is why I'm making it, not you.
That's your problem.
I'm making it. Okay. Then we need some molasses. So this is, next step is to add blackstrap molasses. And I don't know how much I do either, I just pour it in.
Jesus Christ, this is not the way to give a recipe. Holy shit. I'm going to have to do this whole thing over again with measurements.
Okay. The spices. Caraway. More caraway than anything else. About that much.
Don't be intimidated to like use a measure or anything.
No, but I've never done that. So
Second spice is?
Second spice is anise. Third spice is fennel. Same amount of fennels as anise. Less than caraway.
Having fun?
Well, now you can put this away.
I wish you would.
Done with this.
Here is the unmeasured mess. Which you're now going to do what to?
Now I'm going to add, once the yeast has started to bubble, I add the yeast to it. Then
So the yeast is over here under the saran wrap. Not quite sealed because that would be, heaven forbid, doing something precisely.
It's good. It's
Starting
good.
to bubble.
Starting to bubble. That's what we want to see.
If it doesn't bubble,
You throw it out and start over again. It means the water was either too hot or not hot enough. So this is how you want it to look. Bubble, bubble. And you pour it in. This is what you need a spoon for. Then you put the yeast back in the fridge. And now
now you're going to do what?
Now I mix
You're not
it by
gonna mix it.
hand a little bit, and then by machine. And the only other thing I add is more bread flour until it gets to be a little thicker,
And why do you use bread flour?
because it has more gluten in it than regular flour, so it's more elastic. Smells pretty good. From the spices and the molasses. Okay. Now lift it over to the machine. And a dough hook.
Okay, we'll come back to you later.
Okay.
So after a few minutes, the liquid starts to be absorbed, the second amount of liquid, and you have to add more flour.
Yeah, so I add until it has the right consistency. So
There's
that's
a couple
3.
deciliters, 3
This
deciliters.
is 4 deciliter.
And the more you add, the more likely it is it's going to fly into the air.
Yeah, so you have to do it slowly first, and then help it to mix around.
This is obviously the maximum you can have for this size machine.
Oh,
You could do this all by hand.
yeah, okay. And I'm going to do the last part I do by hand, but first it has to go rice.
So how long do you know to do this until?
Until all the flour is absorbed. And now I'm
Well,
going
if
to
you add more flour, then
and you do it again until all the flour is absorbed. So, I have to go get more flour.
okay. And you keep on doing this until when?
Until I can tell that the dough doesn't absorb any more flour, and it gets kind of.
You need it by hand at all?
No, not at this stage. Then I let it rise for about 2 hours. Then I take it out and do it by hand.
So as it starts to get absorbed, the dough starts to both pull away from the edge of the bowl and sprinkle into the atmosphere. In a gluten-free household, that's very much appreciated.
Yeah, so this is probably all that flour I add now, and then I let it rise for about an hour and a half to 2 hours.
So now it's looks adequate for this purpose.
I think so. I think that's enough.
So it's going to rise twice then, once in the bowl and then later in the bread shapes.
Right. That's right.
So is this going to be covered?
Yes.
With?
I'm going to cover with the same saran wrap I covered with before.
You're so sustainable.
Exactly. I'm not going to take a new one.
And then you put it in a warmish place,
Now I put it in a warm place. On top of
not in the oven.
Not in the oven. I put it down on top of the furnace. Try to
Okay.
seal
We'll
it.
see you then in how long a time?
An hour and a half.
Okay, bye.